Hey, you guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Nicole Daniels, and I am so excited that you are here. Today, I will be interviewing one of my really good friends. His name is Cooper, and I feel like a lot of times, in regards to like the Army, we join, or a lot of people are looking to join, and they're so unsure about what.
Hey YouTube families, I just wanted to give you all a heads up. During the recording of this video, I did have a little bit of connectivity issues in regards to viewing. If you'll notice, the audio came out clean and perfect, so there should not be any issues on that end, but the actual viewing may be a little bit choppy within the beginning. That all smooths out as the video continues, so just please keep that in mind. Where I currently live at, I do not get the best reception, but I wanted to be able to record this for you all because it was important to me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this video, and let's go ahead and continue. All right.
About what MOS would be the best fit, and what that includes. And when I joined and I was looking for like 15 series information on becoming a papa, I literally was unable to find anything. So without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to my friend Cooper. Cooper, say hello.
Yeah. All right now.
This is one of my really good friends. Me and him met while I was stationed in Korea. We both were stationed in Korea, and I have been meaning to do a 15 series MOS video for a while, so that if anybody is looking to become a 15 Papa or anything else in regards to like air traffic control or anything, you have this video as a small scope to bring you into our world. So I'm super excited. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and ask a few questions. And if you all have any questions pertaining to 15 series, leave them down below. All right. So the first thing I want to ask you, Cooper, is tell me a little bit about your background, right? When it comes to the Army, and what made you want to be a 15 Papa?
So, to be honest with you, I didn't want to be a 15 Papa at first. I wanted to be an MP, which is a 31 Bravo. But at the time that I joined the Army, I didn't have my driver's license, and you need a driver's license in order to become an MP. So I was like, well, give me some of the other options that I got. And so I looked through all of them, and I was searching through, and I got the 15 Papa MOS, and I looked at it, I looked it up, I saw what we would be doing as a 15 Papa. I said, well, shoot, that looked good to me. Let's go on and sign this contract.
Okay. All right. And so before you joined the Army, did you have any prior experience with like ROTC or anything else pertaining to the military? And what else, I guess, was there anything else that inspired you to want to join?
Yes. So I'm gonna answer your second question first because that goes
Okay.
along with the first question. What inspired me to join the Army was that my father who passed away when I was about 6 years old in 2009. And when I was at his funeral, the honor guard came and they put a flag over his coffin, and then they folded it up, and then they gave it to my mom and stuff, and then they played the bugle call and stuff. I was like, hey, that's cool right there. I was like, if I'm gonna die, I want my friend to be like that. So then, I did a little more research, and my dad found out he was in the Army, and I found all the things he had done. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna join the Army.
Okay.
Then on top of that, I need to figure out some type of way to pay for college too, because he had used his GI Bill. And so I was like, well, hey, if I want to have a good career, benefits, and be able to go to school too, and I have to worry about it, I'm going to Army. So when I got into high school, my sophomore year, I got into JRTC at Curver High School and in Memphis, Tennessee. And that's when I started learning about the Army. So I was an Army JRTC, learning how to march, learn the common courtesies and customs of the Army, the basics. how to march, DNC, the rank structure, how you pose a proper address, an officer or an NCO, and being in the environment of being able to learn and then teach somebody else, then going to drill competitions and air rifle competitions at Fort Knox. It was very fun. I rose up all the way through the ranks, all the way to become a battalion commander. I would say it was a very great experience, and it prepared me somewhat for how the Army would be.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I'm sure the Army is glad to have you with like your experience, your background, and kind of the things that you've done to follow up before joining the Army. And I'm going to go ahead and give a small scope about my background. So I do not have any past background in Army experience personally in regards to being an ROTC, like ROTC or anything of that manner. But both of my parents did serve in the military and they did retire. So in my entire life, I essentially moved around from when I was first born all the way up until essentially I graduated high school. I've been a military brat. So that's been my side of my experience. So it kind of gave me a small scope and look into the Army from that viewpoint. So I did have a little bit of knowledge about what I was getting into and plus of what was told to me by other people that also served. I'm going to go over the 15 Papa course. I'm going to go over how AIT, what our experience is like, and just an overall general scope so that if you want to become a 15 Papa, you know what you are getting into. All right.
Well, first I want to say this. The 15 Papa course is 8 weeks long, which is located at Fort Rucker, Alabama, which is the home of aviation. Okay. For me, the hardest part of the course would be the second to last class that you would take right before you complete and graduate, which is where they put you in a TOC, which is a Tactical Operations Command Center, and where you are basically in charge of relaying information to your commanders. It is our job as a 15 Papa is very vital. It is very important. We support ground units and we support the entire mission on a battlefield. Without us, the mission is not possible.
Yes.
We got to know what we're doing, and we got
Absolutely.
to know right. So in that environment, in the TOC, the instructors make it stressful on purpose. So that was very hard for me because you are in charge and you have people's lives in your hands. So yeah, that was very stressful for me.
Okay, awesome. For me, I feel like the most challenging thing about the 15 Papa course, I would say if you have to be someone that is willing, if you have to be someone that's willing to take the time to study. When you go to AIT, you're right alongside with the air traffic controllers. So air traffic controller is a 15 Quebec, so 15Q, and their course is to be said harder than ours. But in any lane that you're going to go in when it comes to the Army, if you're going to do something, obviously, where lives are going to be dependent on you, you really have to make sure that you're retaining the information, not just going through it. So I would suggest, like, the most challenging thing is like making sure you're keeping up with like studying and like passing your courses, because if you fail any course, you essentially get reset, and it might take a few weeks for you to be able to start class again. So it kind of gives you some level of anxiety when you know that when you're in class, you have to make sure that you're passing the course and you're getting the information in a timely manner and understanding what the instructor says. Some people are better at it than others. So if you have a hard time with studying or retaining information, you're going to have to go the extra mile to really get that information in you. But if you're somebody that retains information quickly, then you should be fine. But for me, I think that was the most challenging thing, making sure that the information stuck. And then on the actual quizzes and tests, sometimes the wording can be really weird. So reading the question over again and ensuring that I understand what the question asks so that I don't get a question wrong and fail that course or fail that test. All right, go ahead.
Hold on now, wait a minute now. Now
Uh-huh.
she put some stuff in there, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Okay, here go the thing about it though. Our AIT has a 98% pass rate. What that means is that 8 out of 10 times, everybody that go through this course is gonna pass. The only way you can fail this course, look at it, the only way you can fail this course is if you just say, forget this thing, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to change my MOS.
But I got something to say.
Boy, I ain't even finished. How you interrupt me? I ain't even
Oh,
finished.
I ain't gonna say that.
Uh-huh. Because listen, you all, every test is open book. Everyone. You have your TMs and basically like your book on a PDF file. And then your test is paper and everything is multiple choice. Literally, all you gotta do is click, they're gonna tell you click Control F. And you can literally type in whatever the question is that you're looking for and find the answer. I'm telling you, it is not that hard. I never studied for NAN tests, NAN one on, because you don't need to. It's right there. Okay. Now, when she said that you got to pay attention to the wording, the test that she is referring to is the one where we talk about badges. So every 15 series, when you get ready to after you graduate, you automatically get an aviation badge that is worn on the uniform, right? But there's different type of aviation badges. There's senior one, there's a master one, and you got a regular one. Each one have different requirements that you have to acquire and that you have to meet in order to get those badges, right? And we as 15 poppers, we put in the paperwork for soldiers to get each badge once they have meet those requirements. And you have to know what those requirements are in order to put the paperwork in right. So you have to, so in the test, they try to word things differently, try to throw the things at you, try to get you to mess it up. Now, mind you, it's only 4 or 5 questions on this particular test. So if you miss one or miss more than one, you fail. So you got to pay attention. But yeah.
Are you okay? That's great. Are you done?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So for those people that are like me, I am very smart, but I have my very interesting moments. That's what we're going to call them, right? So for me, I like to know that, like, yes, it's open book, but some things for me were kind of confusing. Like, I'm just not even going to lie about it. Some things just took me a longer time to grasp. And it's okay because we are on our ride to where we're going in our journey to where we're headed. So I still think it's good to study. Cooper saying that he has it down pat, and that's why I said we're all different. We all learn differently, right? I'm a visual learner and somebody that has to do repetition. My memory is not as strong in some areas. So, that's what helped me, right? That's what helped me. And that was on every class. It wasn't just badges or different categories and areas. It was on like most classes. There was probably like 1 or 2 classes that I like pretty much breezed through. So if you are somebody that is considered to be a smart dumb, then I would suggest that you just spend like maybe 20-30 minutes studying so that you're not spending so much time flipping pages during the test, because the tests are timed and you don't want to waste your time answering questions and then not complete the test properly. Now, that 98% graduation rate does not entail how many people got reset or set back. It only tells you how many people have graduated the course. So out of those 98% of those people, a lot of them probably did get set back, but they still ended up graduating with maybe weeks, if not a month later. So you don't know the actual scenarios that happen. But to respect what my friend is saying, I definitely understand what he means. And just keep those things in mind. So
we have to pause the video here, but guess what? We're turning this into a series. Me and Cooper want to just ensure that you soak in all this good information that we're giving you in regards to the 15 Papa course. And we want to make sure that on your journey that you know the tools that you have to be successful. If you have questions, comments, feedback, anything for us, definitely leave it below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and like I said, comment on this video so we know what you need on your journey to becoming a 15 Papa. Definitely be looking forward to the next upcoming video to our series, and we will talk to you all soon. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Bye.